Reshape fate and weave a new beginning. Reshape fate and weave a new beginning.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Destined for oblivion.
All lies shall be revealed.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The foretold triumph draws nearer. Cut away the heart of strife.
Still waters of oblivion.
Ha!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The foretold triumph draws nearer.
Reshape fate and weave a new beginning.
just testing something. So okay, so you can't hear me. I just need to boost this a little bit because it's a bit low. Gain. About a 4%, 4 decibel boost should help. So see if. Yeah, that's loud enough. I think it's easier to be precise and fast with controller. I would probably agree with you on that. You can be fast on KBM. Like out of the group that I play with, I'm the fastest player. Like I can get up and down the pitch. I can dash. I can wave dash. Can't do the sidewall wave dash on the walls, but I can do fast aerials. I can, you know, like I have the speed, but to shoot at a fast pace, yeah, I'd imagine that controller is probably a lot easier to do so with. I do agree with you as well with the whole it's overall easier, because like consistency wise, like you could be diamond on KBM, while if you were on the controller you'd probably be C1, C2, maybe even C3. But I just never got used to playing this game with controller, and I tried switching at one point about maybe 3 years ago, and I just couldn't figure out how to learn. I had no patience. I couldn't figure out how to learn the KBM mechanics, like wave dashing, flip cancelling, all that, and just aerial control on controller quick enough that I didn't fully do the transition to controller. Because like I was so frustrated with not being able to do the exact same mechanics and the exact same things at the exact same speed as I could with KBM. And like, I know if I went to controller fully and properly, I could probably get more consistency to be a C1 player that I am mostly in probably C1 and in 3s and C1 and 2. But I find it awkward to transition. I'm gonna try once again now in the next month or so to do a transition to controller. Yeah, because with KBM you only have 4 directionals. Yeah. I mean, the only pro players that I know of for KBM are Yukio, and there's another one that he's an English player. I don't know if he's actually still active or not. But if you play for fun, I don't think it's a good idea to switch to a controller. Well, you see, we play for fun, and then again we play to be competitive, but naturally I am a competitive person, so I want to be able to like fight and play as well as I can, and I know controller is probably the better idea to do, but I just have to get into the mindset of accepting that, right, I'm not going to be as good on controller and it will take time. But it's so much easier for me to just go, right, okay, I know I'm going to be bad up to a certain point with KBM. Like I'm not going to be able to compete as strongly in the same ranked division that I should be able to do with a controller. It's like that it's either play at a kind of worse level but be comfortable, or spend 6 months relearning everything on the controller and fucking being miserable. It's gonna be very hard to learn and you won't have fun until, yeah, that's the problem, you won't have fun. I know there's a Brazilian player. I can teach you some things if you want. I mean, I'm down to learn anything or get assistance where I can get it. But I won't be getting on Rocket League for a while. I do appreciate the offer. I know it's mentally hard to be bad. Yeah, you understand my discrepancy with that. Like, you know that you're better if you go back to the bad version, you know, using a keyboard for example, when you could be oh so good with a controller. Like, that mental switch is so hard to accept. What am I doing here? Just
Nice. I'll try
I'm
it
just
out
doing
in
some
my
Star
next
Rail
expedition.
stuff, just like doing some well, not gathering. I'm not doing any story stuff. I'm just doing a little bit here and there. Gathering jade and gathering how do I change my title on YouTube? Fuck me. Edit video. I almost forgot that I'm in a Discord call. I'm muted. And somebody just popped in and I was just about to say hello. But there's nobody there. Well, there are people there, but just I'm doing something else right now. Oh, it did. It worked. It edited. I think it's the same feeling when you play a competitive game you haven't played in a while and you watch yourself being bad. Yeah, it's funny because I have some YouTube content from like maybe 2016, 2017. And I don't know, was it 2016 or 2017? And it was me playing ones, and there was one video of me playing threes. And when I watched that old videos like 720p, like it's so like you are so bad because that's like when people were just learning the game back then. I think it's so funny to see how bad I was in the video on KBM, but now like 6 years later or 7 years later, still on KBM and like feeling so much better. But now I'm going out to transition to controller and I'm like crying about it because I don't want to do it, but I know I have to if I want to like actually get consistent with my friends. By the way, what's the goal of the game? The goal of this game? This game or the goal of my Rocket League progression? This game, this is just a Honkai Star Rail. It's like a think Final Fantasy, but think gacha. It's a gacha game. It's like Genshin Impact or like other things. It's a turn-based gathering game. Turn-based story progression PvE game. I honestly don't know how to explain it, but it's just a oh, I can't do this because I don't have the energy for it. The only turn-based games I know are Final Fantasy and Clair Obscur. Yeah, of course I do. Of course I know Final Fantasy. Clair Obscur, that's the new game, isn't it? That's the new game from... Oh, that's also the same game from Expedition 33, isn't it? That's that one. Yeah, Honkai Star Rail is kind of like Expedition 33. Kinda. It's the story game, open world. Well, kind of open world. I haven't seen much of Clair Obscura. Very good story game, I heard. but I didn't buy it yet now for myself personally. But Final Fantasy, yeah, huge Final Fantasy man, or huge Final Fantasy dude. I am. I play 10, 10-2. I have the Steam remaster. I've played the French game. Yeah, I thought it was French. I knew it was one of the French studios that recently became very popular. They came away from Ubisoft, I think. They were a part of Ubisoft's creator, and I think they walked away from Ubisoft. They made their own company. I think it was Ubisoft. It was either Ubisoft or someone else. They detached from a pretty big company. They basically did what Baldur's Gate 3 did, Larian. They came away from their parent company and made a single player story game. From Ubi, yeah. I was assuming they were from Ubisoft, but I couldn't remember if what I heard was correct or not. But yeah, RPG games, love RPG games. Huge RPG fan. Like, oh my god, like I know it's an MMO, but Final Fantasy 14, I love that. Final Fantasy 15, 16 and all too. Haven't played 15. I played 15 a little bit, don't own 15. I've seen a lot of 16, not played it. Final Fantasy 13, I love, one of the best PlayStation 3 Final Fantasies that there were for a turn-based open story world expedition game. Final Fantasy 12 is actually my all-time favorite Final Fantasy. Love that game. Ivalice, my favorite world and like story, favorite like open world, like actual storytelling and beautiful art. What else is very good of the Final Fantasies? Final Fantasy 7, the original, the remake or the remaster and all too is pretty good. Haven't actually played the proper remake fully. My sister owns a copy, I don't. What else Final Fantasy do I love? I love the old versions, the 3 and 4, the DS versions or the Game Boy versions. You can like the Pixel remaster on Steam. I have them. I have, what's the other one called? The other one is called the one where they're in Arcadia. What's it called? It's called Type 0. Type 0 is also very good. Final Fantasy Lightning Return, and then the Final Fantasy 13-2 with her sister is very good. That like has a very good prologue from Final Fantasy 13. What other RPG games are good?
Reshape fate and weave.
I'm not much of a horror person, but I do play some Resident Evil games. Yeah, it really depends on the style of Final Fantasy you like. Like you could like turn-based action styles, which would be Final Fantasy X, or you could like the pure open world combat styles like 15, where like you don't get a chance to. You really have to be good at like fast-paced combat. You could like certain styles where you have a hybridized system, like the examples of a hybridized system for Final Fantasy series would be Tactics, where you have the turn-based system, but you also have the platforming elements and all too, where like your positioning needs to be on point, like the Fate games, not the Fate games, the Fire Emblem games. What? Sorry, 1 second. What are you doing? Wait, you wanna handle it, do you? Yeah, The Last of Us is a great game. I still need to actually buy copies of that. I haven't actually played them. Red Dead Redemption 2, brilliant game. God of War. The God of War series is very good. Ghost of Tsushima, haven't actually played that one. Seen a fair bit about it, but not anything special. Like, I haven't actually gotten hands on with it. Could you excuse me again for just a few minutes? I just need to help sister and I bring in stuff from her car because they just came back from a weekend away. I'll be back in just a minute or two. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. People just came home, so house is kind of all up in the air with helping different people with their stuff and that. Fucking standing on my own headset cord. Yeah, for sure. Those those games are very good. Like, in fairness, like, you can't go wrong with any of them style of games, RPG styles or just single story games. What other games are like that now too? The games, what What is it called again? It's called... Oh, I'm blanking so hard right now. Right now it's ridiculous.
Cool it.
What's the game that's very like Ghost of Tsushima, but it came out before it? The guy loses an arm, and he can grapple onto trees and such, and it's a samurai-based game. It's like Ghost of Tsushima, but it's not.
I weep for the departed.
He can use firecrackers on his arms. Sekiro, that's the name. Yes, good man, thank you. Fucking Sekiro. Sekiro.
Destined for oblivion.
Very popular game for a while. I never played it. Actually, no, I did play it, and I found the controls very awkward. But then again, I'm not very experienced with like Bloodborne games or Souls games.
Reshape
Oh, hi, Heather.
and weave. A new beginning.
I was thinking Sekiro, isn't the arm wooden? Yeah, the arm is wooden. It's a wooden prosthesis. I don't know how the Japanese in that timeline, well, whatever year that was, could figure out how wooden prostheses worked. But then again, I don't know when wooden prostheses were popularized, so I could be completely wrong.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of
Never
sand.
played this one, but yeah, it's very much like an Elden Ring type because you have certain bosses and certain blood stage triggers to like get to the next stage of the boss. To trigger phase 1 and phase 2, you have to kill their heart marker or whatever. I found it very clunky. I did personally, but then again, Yuandre. How do I actually say that? Yuandre. The guy just above you, a friend of mine, that's my other Rocket League player of my team. However, this guy played me in a game of ones and basically wanted a freestyle, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll try freestyling on KBM. Didn't go very well. I wasn't much of a challenge.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed.
Well, I'd like to get it right if I could at all, because I know people always get my name wrong when I'm in different chat places and such.
Destined for oblivion.
I imagine. You are.
Destined for oblivion.
Think we have a little hiccup, do we? Methinks restreaming.io is not having a good
A
time.
new beginning.
I'm testing out Restream right now, however I'm streaming because my internet is so high right now. My internet is so strong right now. It's going through YouTube and Twitch. Even though I don't post anything or use my YouTube for anything. I'm just trying it out. I have 200 megabytes upload, so I might as well do something with it, right? Yeah, stream is down for a minute, okay. Juan, how did you manage to go to the YouTube side? Did it tell you that there was a YouTube stream? How did you find it? I'm not familiar with Restream, so that's why I'm asking.
Reshape fate.
Did it give you a prompt or something?
A new beginning.
That's funny. I didn't think that would happen. No, I wouldn't think you are French, in fairness now, like, come on. Ah, I know another Belgian person, a friend of mine that I've had for several years that hasn't bothered to message me in over a year. Even though I've made every effort to continue to be his friend. Not talking
Reshape
about anyone specifically or anything.
a new beginning.
Oh, it's fine. I know that most people that I'm friends with don't actually like me. Yeah, Belgium is lovely though. Lovely place. Netherlands, all that northern part of Europe. Very nice.
Time for resolution. Ha! Thus our fates become one. All lives shall be revealed.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Why so? Let's just say that I probably come across to most people as abrasive and probably ignorant because of just Irish nationality and such like that. Yes, he is. Or they are, I don't know. Definitely, they are C3. It was already stated. I tolerate you as much as you tolerate me. Yeah, I know. But then again, that's just me and your dynamic. And also, I've known you for several years at this point, so I think tolerating each other is a good stage to be.
I weep for the departed. It too shall
And we
fall.
call each other out on shit that happens, so you know.
Destined for oblivion.
The foretold triumph draws nearer.
I'm kind of sad with the restreaming, like streaming it to two different, streaming to two different platforms at the minute. I'm surprised, sorry, not surprised, what am I talking? I can't even talk straight. With the TEB, with Twitch that I'm involved with, the enhanced broadcasting beta, why am I getting lit up in DMs? Oh, it's... Nice, I forgot if a rank was mentioned. Yeah, no, you're completely right with C3. What was I saying? Yeah, the enhanced broadcasting beta, because I know it's like only particular Twitch, it does AV1, well it doesn't do AV1 yet, but it does HEV streaming. So the quality is a little worse right now because I'm not using that. Yeah, it's sad. Because I could turn off the stream and just turn on the enhanced broadcasting, and like you guys would have 4K right now. But because I'm not doing that, I'd have to launch my OBS, and I'm using Streamlabs right now. So, Juan, is it just RPGs that you play primarily, along with some competitive Rocket League, or what else do you do? Is that the style of gaming that you usually stick to? What am I doing here, boys? What am I doing? Kinda just dicking around, really. Yeah, I think Juan said he was C3, almost GC. Nearly GC, I think, in 2s.
Reshape fate. And
I was saying, I can just tell me to speak slower because of my accent and such. I have no problem with doing that. I can speak more slowly so you can understand.
Still waters of oblivion.
Catch a dance? Ha!
What I meant to say was, is it only RPGs and some Rocket League for the competitiveness that you're into, or play, or
I weep
like
for the
to
departed. It too shall
like
fall.
to experience? So like for me, I'm quite a hybrid of
Thus
like
our fates
styles of
become
games,
one.
like between
Still
RPGs,
waters
FPSs, some strategy games, kinda. MMOs for me,
foretold
these
triumph
gacha
draws
addicting
nearer.
games as well, unfortunately.
Destined for oblivion.
However, what is Valhalla?
Time for resolution.
What is Valhalla stated to be? It's not an RPG, it's a survival game, isn't it?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Sometimes play
Reshape
Valorant, Rocket League, CS:GO,
And we
Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah, of course. I think everyone and their mother plays Call of Duty. To be honest. I started going back to Valorant there the last few days because I played CS:GO 2 in the past. I do like Valorant, but like relearning all the maps, relearning all the mechanics, relearning like the proper places to sit and like, you know, the headshot lanes and all that. I need more people to play like competitive FPSs with.
Still waters of oblivion.
Catadons.
The Forest is actually good. I have played the Forest 1 and I have played the Forest 2. I don't own like the Forest, like I don't actually own that, but I have played it. I do own the second one. It's a very good multiplayer co-op game because like the storytelling is environmental and it's very much like, oh, you can figure out the story if you want to, but if you want to just go out into like the mountains or the river or blah 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 and just fuck around with your friends and, you know, kill NPCs and such, you can do that. You can just go off, dick around and do whatever you need to do. But if you're actually interested in learning why you're there and all that, like, you need to be fairly eagle-eyed to like see what you need to see.
The foretold triumph
But you can do it,
draws
which is
nearer.
great. I really think that both sides of that kind of hybrid style storytelling is really cool. Same thing with Dead Island 2, even though a lot of people say it wasn't the greatest game of all time. Like for an action RPG story game based on survival, you know, it's a decent enough game. You know, I wouldn't sit down and play it every Sunday, but you know, I play it from you know, then and now and again. God, I'm really bad at speaking.
Destined for oblivion.
Catadons.
Yeah, Valheim I would also classify it like how Hover did with the open world survival.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep
You
for
don't
the
play
departed.
survival games or MMOs, okay.
It too shall fall.
So it's the same type of game that I play first. Yeah, don't play Valorant. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah. If you don't play it, you don't play it. You don't. Can't really say anything about that. If you like exploring, you should try Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I have seen a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance, like the first one. It ran too weirdly. It ran too weirdly for me to be like, it just felt like not mechanically solid. But the second one now, I've seen only very, very light clips of it, and it looks very, very good. But I just haven't had the time. I haven't bought it either. Like, I would have to probably try it on like Game Pass or something to see if I would actually want to like. See, I play games on Game Pass for the first bit to see if I'd like them, and then if I'm really into it, I'll buy it to support the devs. Like, I'm not just going to go and buy a game because everyone's raving about it. Like, it takes a bit of like coaxing for me to like just go straight up and buy, like, oh yes, I'm buying this game because of the name of the title alone. Kind of have to have like have it be recommended almost. Well, not recommended, but just like it really has to like interest me from the off. Sorry, however, I'll read that now. So because I didn't have the patience, came out at the beginning of the year so good, okay. So because I didn't have the patience for the more life-saving and long-term food sources in the forest, I assigned myself as the camp warrior. Oh, I didn't know. Is that... You're talking about the first one, Hover, is it? If you get the second one, Hover, I'll play that with you and we'll have some fun with it, because I played the second one way more than the first. And the NPC combat I found was way more fun than the first one. You were like the camp's defender. I wish I could have seen that. Second one's first benefit. Two others. Yeah, no, it did. Like, they're, well, not simple. Not simple for sure. Two others freaking out when the cannibals come. Hover walks for physicals of bone skull wielding brute. It's a pity. You don't have any. You don't have any clips of that. I feel like KCD2 is good because there's so much interactions and the world never feels empty. Well, if you're saying that and the world doesn't feel empty and you can actually do things that actually feels meaningful, then I will actually check it out. Because there's one thing I hate about like pseudo RPG games with open world exploration. Like, you go to an area, you know, you're interested for a little bit and then nothing happens because you can't interact with anyone or anything. Like, if it actually has interactions and like meaningful, like, you know, onward further development, then like it's worth checking out if that's the case. Yeah, the first one, I found the games very difficult. I was soloing raids we had coming at us. What were the other people doing that you were playing with? Just hiding? I think you should try it because maybe we don't have the same expectations. Well, yeah, maybe we don't have the same expectations, but like, I mean, like, not everyone's gonna have the same expectations or style of gameplay, but like, for me, I don't know, for a game to catch my attention, sometimes it's very easy and then sometimes it's hard. But like, you know, I have seen it and I am interested. But it's just to get the time to get it, really.
It too shall fall.
Adorned in splendor.
Because I feel like me and you have very similar paths of game interest. So like, yeah, I'll definitely go look at it.
Thus our fates become one.
At one point I was fighting enemies and then cutting timber. You're fighting enemies, cutting timber, and then fighting again within the same few seconds and juggling them like I was the protagonist. So you were having a I am him moment. Saving the villagers and then rebuilding society.
Destined for oblivion.
Okay, Juan. Have a good sleep. Thanks for following through to the Twitch from Rocket League Tracker. That was interesting. I never had that happen before. Nice talking to you too.
Destined for oblivion.
Time for resolution.
Still waters of oblivion.
Juan really went all throughout the known web to get to this place. Absolutely. It's a special kind of warrior to find his way here to the Golden Shores. Thank you very much. how long ago was that, Hopper, when you were doing the stuff with Melania for the forest? Oh, it would have been the first one, so that would have been a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but decently. Worth the time? Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
So fragile, like a wisp of smoke.
Yeah, I was thinking it might have been 2 or
I
3
weep
years
for the
ago.
departed.
Yeah.
It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
All lies shall be revealed.
Destined for oblivion.
Right, once this fight is done, I have to take the second monitor out of my room, put it back into the other bedroom.
The foretold triumph
So I'm gonna need like
draws
5
nearer.
minutes, maybe. Yeah, about 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna pop this like this. No, I had with the family gone over the weekend. I had my my sister's other monitor. I had the second monitor that she had for her primary, with them being gone. So I was borrowing it for a bit, but now that they're back in that, like I'm just gonna put it back because like she's gonna go to sleep, but she likes having her stuff back in her room, so that's just what I'm gonna do. I can still see chat and everything on one monitor with my phone and that with the Wi-Fi in the room, so that won't be an issue. I just have to put it back just to keep the peace, you know. fucking falling apart. Everything feels so out of place when you had to reorganize your entire fucking desk all over again. I gotta bring up chat on my phone. Where's my green mat gone? We fell down the side of the bed, did it? Yeah, an entire computer is expensive, however. You tried replacing a fucking 4090 and a 7950X3D. Literally €1,500 in one piece of equipment. Is my tablet charged? I know where my fucking tablet is. Here somewhere. Gotcha. What are you up to, Hover, anyways? Oh yeah, you're running about as a wee dragonine. Bopping about like you do, huh? Yeah, I'm going to end the stream. I'll be back on OBS with